Hey, welcome to part 5 of our high school informational. In this video, we will be answering questions about electives and give some pretty general advice about high school.
Moving on to the next question. We're going to jump into questions about electives that you guys asked. What type of electives are there? Which is a really good question. So what are some electives that we're a part of?
Oh,
Don't take French.
art. I had art.
Art?
Yes, I had art. I really like the class. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's the standard thing that you'll get for sure, but I feel like it's a take it for granted. I think specifically my teacher. I'm not sure about the other teachers. I think just two more, or maybe just one more. But I really enjoyed because it's very laid back. She gives you an assignment. The deadlines are very lenient. Like she'll let you change them. She's very nice, and I feel like I learned more than just art in that class because she's one of those teachers that gives you more of a life talk every now and then.
Yeah, so if you're talented maybe in some way, you could do art like Isaac, or you can do band. I think there's choir too. There's guitar, piano.
Leadership. Yeah, I want to add on sorry. You don't have to be in like ASB or class office to be in leadership. You can go for like commissions, and there's like all different types of commissions to your liking. So leadership is also a good class to learn about mental health and like empathy. We learn a lot of leadership skills and like personal traits that you can carry on through your high school.
Gio was talking about the languages.
Mm-hmm.
So the languages we have at Oak Grove, which differ, are French, Spanish, and Vietnamese, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys, I think, have to take at least 2 years of a language class. If you know a language already, say if you speak Spanish already, you guys like fluently and well enough to read it and write it and all that, you guys should take a class called Spanish Heritage because you guys get 2 years credit for doing 1 year of a class. I think there's a heritage class for French and Vietnamese too, maybe.
Not for French.
I think Vietnamese has one, right? Yes. So definitely look into that. Do you want to talk? I only know Spanish.
Some colleges do require language. Like, so you have all these credits, right? These things you have to take to graduate high school. College has the same thing. So there's a certain amount of credits and certain styles of classes you have to take in order to graduate. Language is one of the ones that has shown up. So if you come into college with a little bit of language, it can set you up to be able to get rid of that a lot faster. I was able to assess out of my entire language requirement at the end of my first semester of my freshman year of college, which freed up my time to do the other classes that I actually wanted to take. I could have taken 2 years or I just assessed out of it. So doing that, like, yes, it can be a pain in the butt. But keep in mind also, like Molly, you do ASL, right? Or just, I don't know if you're doing ASL or just sign language, another version, but like that's another language that you could learn as well that will count as a foreign language requirement.
I think taking languages also give you a good opportunity. Like, I know, okay, so this is like kind of random, but like two of my friends applied to the same job, but like one of my friends is bilingual and they have like they had actually like a lot of the same things like that they've participated in or they've had on their resume. But the only reason why my other friend got in because he was bilingual and it helps with customers, especially like if you speak another language that like like for me, I'm taking Spanish because there's a lot of Spanish speaking people here in San Jose, and so I think it would help like for me to get around a lot, which is why I didn't like take like French or Japanese or something because it's just not as common.
Languages help you communicate with people too, and most other countries they know up to at least 2 to 3 other languages. So not to say we're dumb in America, but hey, we're kind of stupid because we only know English. Okay, let's not lie.
Well,
We
I
all know a
mean,
little bit
in all like
lower on the
European
intellectual level
languages
too.
can be
But
same.
it's good to what?
I said like most European languages, I feel like they're all very like similar.
They
So
are.
They're mainly Latin based.
Yeah.
yes, that's
Which,
why.
well, a
So
lot of languages are very similar. Like I know Spanish and Tagalog similar, right? Because they're, I think, like I said, Latin based. but I don't know because I'm also kind of stupid. But I think it's right. Like I have a lot of people tell me
You mean
those
I'm
similarities.
stupid?
I don't know who was talking or what was happening, but it was very loud. Yes, take a language. It's good. It's good for you. I say if you're unsure and you don't know which one to do, just do Spanish. It's very similar to English in certain aspects, and it's not too hard to learn. And there are resources for you besides your teachers too. If you're struggling, Duolingo is dumb. It's boring. I kind of hate it,
Duolingo.
but hey, it works. I'm telling you, it works, and it's free, so you guys can do that. If Gia wants to talk about French, because I don't know the
Don't take it. Don't take it. I don't know if I'm allowed
Why,
to.
Gia? Why should they not take French?
Okay, I wanted to take French, and Foot told me not to because she said.
I believe I told you that French is not a very applicable language in this
Okay,
area of the
well,
world. Like everybody
too.
here speaks Mandarin, Chinese, like Mandarin, Viet. They speak Spanish, but very few people speak French.
Yeah.
So like it's cute, but it's really not that helpful.
Our teacher just no, she's something else.
So it's teacher based that you have the issue with, not language.
Definitely. Well, yeah.
That's another thing to know is research your teachers. Talk to like all of these people who are on this conversation and like, because you may think, ooh, that sounds like a really cool class. And they may be like, the class is fine. The teacher was not. Like, if this is your learning style, this isn't going to work for you.
Yes,
Use your resources.
definitely know your own learning styles too. I think that's important. And it's hard to kind of sum up, but know how you learn basically. Kind of pay attention to it. It may be boring, but like for me, I learned through conversations. Like this is my ideal learning environment because I can talk and someone can tell me information, and that's the best way for me to expand and grow. But some people may be more hands-on where they have to actually like physically touch something or physically build something. Some people may be more, pencil and paper. They just take notes and stuff, and it's okay, whichever way you do it, or you may be a little bit of each. Just make sure you're aware of where you are. I think that's most of our Q&As. If we want to wrap by just any last tidbits of advice we think they should know, otherwise we can just end it, and that'll be the end of our high school informational. Does anyone have any closing advice?
High school's better than middle school. Like, if you feel like middle school sucks and you hate everything, wait till you get to high school. It's better because you have more experiences with things that you actually like. You're not required to take like these super specific, like all the classes in middle school are really, you have to take that. There's no other option. It's like you can find what you like.
All I would say is if any like student on here is thinking about doing like Fantastics or your homecoming skit, like definitely do it. Definitely participate, and definitely participate in like your rally games and stuff like that, and sign up for that, because I know for me, like not doing Fantastics or homecoming skit, like I would definitely regret not doing it in high school, because if you think about it, you only have 4 years in high school, and like high school is like after that you're on to college, you're by yourself. So I definitely recommend participating in as most like extracurricular activities like that as you can, that are like kind of more fun based and not like super political and like class, like not saying clubs are or aren't, but like that type of environment, like more social stuff like that.
Have fun while you can. All that I'm going to say is you're not as cool as you think you are. No one cares about what you're doing socially or how popular you think you are, how popular you not think you are. No one's really paying attention to it. So that's a really liberating thing, because honestly, if no one's watching you and you have nothing to lose, then do everything. Try as much as you can. Put yourself out there. Like, no one cares about how cool you think you are in high school, because high school ends like that. So it doesn't matter. And pull your pants up, please. I'm telling you, that's the one thing I want you all to know. Pull your pants up.
And don't walk around with a speaker in your in your backpack blasting NBA YoungBoy. Nobody wants to hear it.
Thank you. Yeah, we don't care. You're not as cool
So
as
pretty
you
much,
are.
just don't be like Nathan.
Don't be like, because I sag.
Yeah, he's always blasting music in his speaker, always, every time.
Yeah, I know. Jesus.
Especially if it's It's bad music.
I really need to clean up my act, huh?
Jeez,
I'm
Nikki,
telling you
yes,
guys,
please.
in all honesty, in all seriousness, 4 years go by really quickly, so you might as well use them to the most that you can, and use them in ways that are efficient and actually helpful to you. Like, yeah, social stuff is cool, but it's not your goal. You're not there for your friends. You're not there to look cool. You're not there to be popular. You're not there for all that stuff. It's nice, and you should absolutely do it. And I'm not saying don't do it. Put yourself out there, make friends, network, get people. But remember, at the end of the day, you have an opportunity that not a lot of people have, and people are trying to get into this country for that opportunity that you're wasting with your pants around your ankles. So make sure that you're using it. Okay, it's very important.
Off the
I'm sorry.
NBA Youngboy, please.
Yes. Yes.
And like another thing that I want to say is like to enforce that don't do it because your friends are doing it. Like, really don't fall into that peer pressure stuff. And I know we didn't touch the subject about drugs, but like, stop doing drugs in the bathroom because it ruins it for everyone else. I have like 3 bathrooms on campus that are closed, and the rest are locked open. So like if you're outside of the bathroom, you can hear someone pee. Like, it's just, don't do it. Like, please stop.
I'm
So,
sorry
yeah.
to hear that.
In the bathroom is in class is not fun. Like Princess said, it ruins it for everyone else.
Originally in this meeting, we were supposed to go over the topic of drugs, but I just felt it was a little bit too touchy. But since that's been brought up, and I'm opinionative, we can absolutely talk about it. Basically, like I said, you have 4 years to use to the fullest. If you're going to waste that time doing drugs, it's only going to hurt you. And medically, doing any type of drug at your age will actually mess up your brain chemistry. Like, I can link stuff down below for you if you guys want to learn it. Be informed. Don't be stupid, because you have this thing in your pocket all the time in the middle of class. This is the smartest brain here out of all of us, and you have access to it, free access to it. Don't waste it. Look up stuff before you're going to do it. I'm not saying don't do drugs. I'm just saying don't do them at a time that can physically hurt you. And if you're going to do any type of drug, do your research. And your research isn't some guy in the street. It's a valued and credible resource.
And like, drugs aren't cool. Like,
and
if
again,
you do it, then that's your choice. No one's gonna like peer pressure you. Like, you gotta take this hit. Like, no one really cares. Like, if you don't do it, they don't have an issue with it.
And again, anything we're saying about drugs here is our opinions and not Foot's. This is coming out of our mouths, not hers, just so she doesn't get in trouble, because I'm an opinionative jerk, but that's my opinion. So just so we all know, I'm not trying to get Foot in trouble with this, okay? We're not putting judgment on drugs, but we're going to tell you the facts that, hey, they can hurt you. Hey, you shouldn't do them in high school. Don't do them in the middle of my class, because I like breathing, but I mean, it's up to you, okay? Be smart. You have no excuse to be stupid, because you have resources.
Drugs are so expensive, bro. Like, why are you spending all that when you could be spending it on like money or on money for food,
On
or, like clothes, or like
Or
anything
save for
else
college.
you possibly want? But like, you're gonna spend it on like 30 minutes of some quote unquote good time.
That goes
And
the same for alcohol, like drugs and alcohol.
to the seriousness of drugs, some people do lean on that for an emotional crutch, and you know that's what you do, but that's not the best way to help yourself emotionally. I think, as we were talking about earlier, we can't put judgment on drugs, because honestly, some people need it just to get through the day because their lives are hard enough, or like they don't have resources. But what we're trying to enforce is that you guys do have a lot of resources. You have people here for you. Like, I think everyone in this call, talk to us. I'm gonna personally, if everyone here lets me, I'll personally link their info down below too. Reach out to us. We're here to help you as much as your teachers are, as much as everyone on campus is. Like, it's funny to be like, oh yeah, drugs are stupid, you're an idiot. But we do understand that, hey, sometimes it's an emotional thing. Sometimes, you may be forced into it. Sometimes there's that peer pressure, but there are other ways that you can get help, and you can not become better, because we're not saying you're worse, but maybe become something you want to be, because I can guarantee drugs aren't going to be the end destination for you. I'm talking a lot, but I hope you guys listen. If anyone else has anything to add, I'd appreciate it, because I hate the sound of my voice.
If you're gonna do it at all, please try to do it when it's like legal. Like, if you're gonna drink when you're allowed to. Don't underage drink. It's gonna hurt you in the end.
And don't do that thing where people are like trying to trip on nutmeg. Like,
Mm.
did you guys see that on TikTok? People are like putting a bunch of nutmeg in water and drinking it, and it makes you hallucinate. It's not a good trip. Like, don't do it. It's not good for you, and you're not gonna have a good time.
Remember that your brain is still developing at this age. As much as you want to say, oh yeah, you're grown, you're not grown, okay? Your brain's physically still developing. Stuff like that can physically hurt you in the long term. Like, that's no joke. Like, I know we're being very, not funny, but we're trying to keep a good atmosphere, but honestly, it is serious stuff. Like, it's definitely serious. So pay attention to it. Inform yourself. Don't do stupid stuff you see on TikTok, because that's not a resource.
Yeah, at the end of the day, like, the drugs provide nothing for you. It's only like a temporary filler, like, oh yeah, because it makes me happy. But then once you're not on drugs, you're not gonna feel it again, and then you're gonna get addicted to it or hooked on it, and you're gonna rely on it. But like, you don't need that. You have other resources and things that will actually stick and impact you for the better. Because yeah, at the end of the day, with like drugs, if you're not happy anymore, you don't even realize that like 10 years by now you could have cancer or something because of what you did. So
Yes, I'm definitely going to link below a whole bunch of stuff telling you how it changes your cells and actually hurts you, because I'm a nerd and I just like reading about that stuff, but it's something you should know. And back to what Alyana was saying too, it's expensive, man. Like, we live in a pretty expensive area already, and if you're buying something that's made for you to get addicted to, like, yeah, no judgment on drugs, but people who make drugs, they're smart, like really smart, because the whole point of it is for you to get addicted. Like, as far as business goes, ooh, they got it, man. Like, they make you buy more of their product. Like, not to admire them, but as businessmen, they know what they're doing, So if you want to do it, just make sure you're financially stable, make sure you're old enough, and make sure you're doing it in an environment where you're not going to hurt yourself, because you can hurt yourself.
What we're saying doesn't just go for like weed. It goes like, I don't know if you guys are like middle schools are doing this stuff, but don't do lean. Like, that stuff's like, it's all the same. It's all bad for you. Don't do it. Like,
the illegal stuff is just as bad as the legal stuff. The only difference with the legal stuff is our government gets paid from it, so that's why they like it. Because at the end of the day, a lot of stuff is about money. So make sure you guys are just paying attention and you're informed. And like I said, below this video, click the links, because I'm going to have the research, because you guys need to be informed. You have no excuse. You have nothing better to do. Read some articles, okay?
watch a video. Just learn.
I'll link videos if you don't like to read. Talking about different learning types. I'll give you some stuff you can play with. I will research on my own to give you guys the opportunity. And everything I'm looking up on my own, I can guarantee you guys can find like that. I have more homework now, but I'm happy to do it. That being said, do we have anything else? I'm very glad we went over this, because I wasn't going to. But do we have anything else that we want to talk about? Any other topics? That's going to be the end of our high school informational. Be smart, be informed, be empathetic, reach out to people. You're not cool. Bye.